Brett Favre wants to get released from the Green Bay Packers, and I don't know, man. It's kind of a raw deal to the Packers. Here's what happened. Favre says, "I'm going to retire." Now he thought about it for a long time. Finally made his decision. Dramatic thing. Everybody's like, "Oh, Favre, we love you. Oh, I can't believe you retired. You're the best." La, 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 la. Spent his whole career with the Packers, although not technically, but his real career. And then a little while later, as every single athlete in the whole wide world does, said, "Yeah, I think I changed my mind." And the Packers said in response, "Oh, come on, dude. We planned our whole thing, the draft and everything else around you retiring. Now you come and now tell us you're not going to unretire. This is crazy." And they're kind of right. So they kind of don't want him back. So Favre says, "Well, I want to unretire, so why don't you release me so I can play for another team, like maybe the Ravens or the Dolphins?" Because they need quarterbacks. Now, those are two, in my estimation, terrible teams, and it'll be really sad to see Brett Favre as a Raven or a Dolphin, right? Now, the other two possibilities are the Bears and the Vikings, which are teams that aren't bad and could use Brett Favre. But 2 points against that. One is he'd be a traitor, and he'd be a Scooter Libby, and he'd go play in his own division against the Packers as a Bear or a Viking. That's a tough pill to swallow. And number two, if he wants a playoff team, the Packers were in the NFC Championship game last year. Why don't you just stay with the Packers? But he's really screwed this up. All right, JR, are you blaming him for it, or are you going to let him off the hook? Because what could he do? He just changed his mind.
If I'm the Packers organization, I'm giving him nothing. I'll give you absolutely nothing. I mean, I don't know what happens to my whole organization or my relationship with him if I just say, "F you, what's wrong? Sit down, watch the game, have a beer on Sunday."
Mm-hmm. But you don't even release him because you don't want him playing for the Bears or the Vikings.
Right. I mean,
I don't mind if he plays for the Ravens. Good luck to you, right?
I mean, obviously he's still decent. Look what happened last year. He did well, but that was unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
This is the other thing. I don't really think he has so much left.
Yeah, and I think they got a good coach over there, and that really coached the hell out of him. And if you don't have that as good a coach, it's possible that he throws 48 interceptions next year.
Yeah, I mean, because we know how Brett Favre can do. He can throw you all these touchdowns, or he can throw you all these interceptions. He just slings the ball. And there is a point that people get to, and everybody thought it was there 2 years ago. And then last year, there wasn't one person that was not surprised, including Brett Favre, about what happened last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this year is I mean, he has that same thing. Old athletes have to just get their ass stomped into the ground before they go, "Okay, fine."
They have to go to Arizona before they actually finally say, okay, all right, I can't play anymore. But I tell you what, final thing on this. It would be really embarrassing for whatever reason, I don't know why, but it's to see Brett Favre in a Dolphins uniform. He'd look clownish. It's just, don't do it. The only person who's ever looked good in a Dolphins uniform, well, I give him two. Marino, because it seemed like he fit for whatever reason, and she's going to say Jason Taylor, if she can figure out who Jason Taylor is. Okay, but I'm going to put that aside. So go to the Dolphins. Go to the Ravens is a total waste. You look like a clown. The Vikings would be psychedelic. It'd be really weird to see Favre in a Vikings outfit, and that'd be kind of mind-blowing. But Favre as a Bear, that could be kind of funny and fun. I'm almost kind of rooting for that at this point. That would also be mind-bending, but in a fun way.
That's just as bad as being a Viking.
It's worse. It's worse,
yeah.
But at least it's cool. Like, you don't go play for a clown organization. He's not playing for the Devil Rays, right? He's playing for the Chicago Bears.